I grew up in a small village near Bobo Dioulasso, where the sun scorched fields of ripe red tomatoes, but roadside baskets brimmed with rotting fruit. My father, a farmer, would sigh as he looked at the unsold tomatoes. While we bought imported tomato paste from Europe at 3 times the price, we grow gold, he'd say. But that gold never belongs to us. That was the Burkina Faso I knew, a country trapped, dependent, forgotten. Then Ibrahim Traore came, and everything began to change. This is the story of how my nation, once defined by isolation, is building a future the world never expected. It all started with red gold tomatoes. One day, word spread about an $8 million tomato processing plant built in the fertile agricultural zone near my village. It wasn't just a factory. It was a declaration of war on the food supply chain that had choked us for decades. This plant turns tomatoes into paste, not just for eating, but for reclaiming food sovereignty. Every day, it produces tons of paste, cutting our reliance on imports from Europe and China. I saw my mother smile as she bought a jar labeled "Made in Burkina Faso." "It tastes like ours," she said. The plant doesn't just keep money in the country. Thousands of francs stay in our economy for every ton processed. It creates jobs, too. My sister, Awa, who used to scrape by at the market, is now a lab technician at the plant. Over 150 people like her, from machine operators to truck drivers, have steady work. Basket makers, packaging suppliers, and small-scale farmers, like my father, now have a formal market that pays fairly and reinvests in the nation. Traore's principle is simple, but revolutionary. Produce what you eat. Eat what you grow. No foreign aid conditions. No outside control. The plant was funded by state-backed investment and BRICS-aligned partners, with a vision to make Burkina Faso the agro-industrial heart of the Sahel. Local agricultural training centers teach farmers when to plant and how to boost yields. Youth like me are learning not just to farm, but to engineer food systems. Tomatoes aren't just fruit anymore. They're a national strategy. But red gold needs roads to reach the world. I remember trucks carrying tomatoes rattling along bumpy dirt paths, goods spoiling before they reach the market. Then came the 120 million Bobo Dioulasso Ivory Coast motorway. This road isn't just concrete. It's a lifeline of sovereignty, stretching from our second-largest city to the Ivorian border. It connects farmers to ports, traders, and the Atlantic Ocean. Our tomato paste now reaches international markets faster, with fewer middlemen. But this road carries more than goods. It carries strategy. It challenges the historical choke points that kept Burkina Faso dependent on others for trade. Transport costs are down, delivery times are shorter, and southern trade routes, long neglected under French influence, are now alive. The road has changed the villages along its path. Rest stops, markets, housing clusters, and logistics hubs are springing up. I see childhood friends who once left for work in distant cities, now back on construction crews. This isn't a vanity project. It's part of a national recovery, built with local labor and regional partners. Burkina Faso is shaping its own flow, no longer following others, but to run factories, clinics, and homes. We need power, not imported oil or flickering grids. That's where Yellen comes in. The Yellen Solar Power Program is a dream made real. For the first time, over 150 villages and 300,000 people, including my own village, have electricity. But Yellen doesn't just light up homes. It lights up possibilities. Solar panels and mini-grids are installed in schools, clinics, markets, and homes, places the national grid never touched. At our village clinic, vaccines are now stored safely. At school, kids study after sunset. Our market has refrigerators, lights, and longer hours. This is clean, decentralized power No diesel fumes, no import bills, no sudden blackouts. Local technicians, like my brother, are trained to install and maintain the panels, creating jobs while securing energy independence. Yellen is rewiring our economy, and with plans to reach hundreds more communities, it's not just a project. It's a movement of liberation through light. But a nation can't stand without healing its people. In the Southwest, where clinics were understaffed and equipment outdated, we used to travel hours for care. Now, the Bobo Dioulasso Regional University Hospital is rising not just a hospital, but a symbol of sovereignty, one of the country's most advanced medical facilities. It's built to bring modern health care to those who never had it. It treats patients and trains Burkinabe doctors and nurses, so we no longer rely on foreign experts or send our sick abroad. With surgical units, specialized departments, and digital health systems powered by Yellen's clean energy, it handles everything from maternal care to emergency surgeries. New ambulance routes and data links connect rural clinics to its central system. Modern medicine won't just visit our region. It will live here. To live, we need more than healthcare. We need water clean, constant, hours. In Ouagadougou, dry seasons used to leave taps empty, forcing women and children to walk kilometers, hospitals to ration water, businesses to stall. The Ziga 2 Dam is changing that. Near the capital, this dam doesn't just store water. It reclaims control over life. When finished, it will supply clean, steady water to hundreds of thousands for homes and industry. Modern filtration, solar-powered pumps, and new pipelines ensure water doesn't just flow. It flows clean, designed for climate resilience, built with local labor, and governed for public access over private profit. It's water for the people, not for export. Ziga 2 is part of a national plan to expand rural water systems, protect aquifers, and use rainwater harvesting in farming, tying clean water to food security and public health. Water flows, roads connect. But where do we live? In Ouagadougou, urban growth once meant crowded slums and fragile infrastructure. The Faso Mayo Urban Development Project is changing the blueprint. It's building 50,000 new homes affordable, sustainable, suited to Burkina Faso's climate and culture. These homes are for teachers, nurses, laborers, families, people priced out of livable cities. The project includes wide roads, public transit hubs, green spaces, and modern drainage. Schools, clinics, markets, and playgrounds are woven into the design. No more separating basic services from daily life. Faso Mayo uses local materials and labor, turning construction into a national job engine. As we move into these homes powered by solar grids, watered by new dams, linked to jobs by new roads, we're not just finding shelter, we're finding belonging. Homes bring stability, jobs bring income. But without a bank that understands its people, wealth slips away. Bourkindom, the first state-owned bank, was built to empower, not profit from, citizens. Before, financial services were for urban elites. International banks ignored rural communities, small businesses. The informal economy, Bourkindom, changes that, offering basic accounts, low-interest loans, microcredit for women, and mobile banking in local languages. Young entrepreneurs get startup capital. Farmers borrow to expand. Families save without traveling far. Bourkindom supports housing projects with mortgages, finances, agricultural cooperatives, and enables secure transactions through digital platforms. The financial system now works for the poor, not against them. But a modern nation can't run on paper. In a world where power flows through fiber optic cables and cloud servers, digital control is national control. The 150 million PIAC Digital Transformation Acceleration Project is launching Burkina Faso into a new era. 2 national data centers, over 70% complete, are sovereign information fortresses, storing government records, financial data, education, health, and civil registries. Public services are going online. We'll apply for IDs, land titles, and school enrollment from phones. No queues or bribes. PAC Digital bridges the digital divide, expanding networks to 500 underserved areas, training youth, women, and small business owners in digital skills. New laws protect data, spur innovation, and block foreign surveillance. With Berkendam and online services, a digital ecosystem is emerging. Power lies in our servers, our code, our control, clean water, digital banking, smart cities. But if people wake up without water, the revolution is incomplete. The Urban Water Sector Project, backed by the World Bank, has brought piped water to over 610,000 people and improved sanitation for 440,000 more. In Ouagadougou and Bobo Dioulasso, modern pipelines, filtration stations, and affordable connections reach homes and institutions. No more hauling jerry cans, no overpriced water vendors, no sickness from dirty sources. Sanitation is rebuilt schools, clinics, and markets have hygienic latrines and waste treatment. Urban drainage reduces flooding and disease. Mobile platforms manage water use, complaints, and payments, linking people directly to providers. Clean water is no longer a promise. It's a pipeline from national will to household taps. In rural Burkina Faso, wealth doesn't sit in banks. It grazes in fields. Livestock is currency, heritage, power. But it was neglected, plagued by low yields and weak markets. The Livestock Sector Development Support Project, backed by the World Bank, is a revolution on 4 legs. Herd health programs, vaccinations, and mobile veterinary teams cut livestock deaths, boosting food and income. New facilities process milk, meat, and hides into market-ready products. Cold chain logistics and storage reduce waste. Loans from Berkendam help herders invest in better breeds and feed systems. Livestock is now commercial, resilient, strategic, supporting food security, empowering rural women, and strengthening regional exports. Cattle and goats aren't just survival. They're engines of growth. Burkina Faso isn't waiting for change, we're building it. From solar power to sovereign banking, tomato plants to smart cities. This is a blueprint for true independence, project by project. Our nation is rising, not with noise, but with purpose, and the world can't look away. Do you think Burkina Faso is outpacing the West in development? Let us know in the comments. If the West now needs Burkina Faso's help. Want more videos like this? Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. We're bringing you stories no one talks about. Black culture, civilization, history, and proof of Black greatness. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.